Hello everyone, I'm Rachel and you're listening to Let's Talk Avatar. This is a watch through of The Legend of Korra. Isaac and I will be discussing each episode and giving our opinions on it. Just as a reminder, this podcast does contain spoilers for The Legend of Korra. This is a teen-rated podcast, so listener discretion is advised. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk Avatar.
Spoopy edition.
Spoopy edition. Oh, that's so cringy.
I'm Isaac.
Oh, I'm Rachel. We wanted to do a special edition episode, I guess. So this is just going to be a bonus episode. It's not going to be like an episode that's released and then a week goes by and a new episode. This is just going to be released on Halloween. You're going to know because you're listening to it on Halloween, maybe. But today we're going to be talking about our top 3 favorite villains from the Avatar universe. This includes both Avatar The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. And we will also include some honorable mentions because it was kind of difficult to narrow it down to the top 3 because there's so many good villains or like...
Not necessarily main villains, but still a part of the main storyline.
Yeah, that still, like, posed a threat.
Yeah, like super OP people or, like...
Yeah.
Just cool villains in general.
So, Isaac and I have picked our top 3. We do not know each other's top 3
this is exciting.
Favorite villains. So, and Isaac has an order of his. I really can't pick what order from, like, 1 to 3.
I definitely have an order of mine.
I can't with these characters because I feel a certain way about them. So, this is the first time we're going to be hearing each other's responses about this. And we've talked about villains before, but we've never talked about our favorites to each other. So, I'm really curious. Are you excited? I'm so excited.
Oh, who wants to go first?
You go first. I want to hear yours.
Yeah.
We'll do like, you pick one, I pick one. If your aligns with one of mine, then I'll talk about that one. Let's do that, too. So then that way we can both talk about it. Okay, you pick number 3 for you.
So... my top 3, and I don't know if
No, don't tell the full top 3. Just say your number 3 right now.
I meant my top 3, yeah.
No, I mean, like, talk number 3. Like, 3,
yeah,
2, 1.
I meant my number 3.
You keep saying your top 3. I'm like, no, don't say all of them.
I'm like, okay. My number 3, I feel like this is a cop-out, but I'm going to say Zuko.
Oh, okay. I don't have Zuko on mine, but I can see why. He was an honorable mention for me.
Yeah.
So why Zuko? Why is he one of your favorite villains?
First villain you ever see.
Mm-hmm.
You're instantly introduced to his backstory and why he's after the Avatar, what his motives are, and you feel for him throughout the entire series. I don't care who you are watching it. Like, if you did not feel for Zuko... I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think his character progression from a villain to a good guy is so...
It is one of the best character developments in any kind of animation. It
flows so well. It's almost like they picked someone's life. It's like one of the writers put their own self into it. It was so... realistically done.
And so, like, gradual. You know, it's not forced.
Not forced at all.
And I feel like you feel with him as the character. You feel what he's feeling, and when he starts to kind of get that good feeling, you're feeling it with him, you know? And it's not like all of a sudden I'm good. And you're like, okay, that doesn't make sense.
For me, what really set him as my number 3 is, I think of the finale of each season in The Last Airbender. Season 1, he literally succeeds in capturing the Avatar. But he's even that early on, he's battling with himself, like, what now?
Yeah.
And I think Iroh has helped him question that, obviously, but... So, and then at the end of season 2, he has a choice to become even more evil or to choose a better path.
Yeah.
And it's, again, just so realistic. He goes with Azula, which is obviously the worst path he could have gone.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Yeah, for me, it's like... he is their biggest threat, not only because he's constantly after them throughout the whole series, but he also employed Combustion Man.
Yeah.
He also
He's also faced with so many so many roadblocks while still trying to find the Avatar. You know?
Not only was he after Aang, but so was Azula, and because of that, she played off of him. So it was kind of even worse that he was after Aang because Azula knew where he was at all times.
Exactly.
So that's why he's my top, or my number 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a good fighter, a good firebender, and he knows true firebending.
Yeah.
So which literally no one knows except for Aang and Zuko, pretty much.
And like the tribe of people that keep the dragon safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I definitely think that he's a character that you feel for. I love his development. I think it's some of the most amazing development in any show. But I wouldn't say he's like in my top 3, obviously, but I do think he is worth mentioning.
Okay, what's your number 3?
I don't want to mention it yet. I want to see if any of our lines. Say your number 2. I know there's one that
there has to be.
There is 1 or 2. I think
it's
2.
These 2.
I think the next 2 you and I both.
My number 2 is none other than Zuko's sister Azula.
Yes. If you don't have Azula on your top 3 villains, I don't know.
She is.
Oh, I don't even know how to explain her. Azula is so...
The amount of rage I feel when I see her on the screen, it's so real.
Yeah.
It's like, I genuinely hate this character.
Exactly. You really... It's like what we were talking about, those people that you watched Avatar: Last Airbender. They literally wanted her to die in Boiling Rock. And it was honestly, there was many moments where I was like, if someone
just kill her right now.
Someone killed this hoe.
Ty Lee, after you chi blocked her, you should just pushed her off. Like, you were right there.
I would not care. Azula is that character that is constantly one step ahead of everyone.
But also just a complete badass.
Yeah, true. She is. There's a reason she is where she's at. And for her age. But what's sad is it's like she definitely is following in the generational footsteps of that, like, power.
This is why she wasn't my number 1, is because of those footsteps and how she let it get to her head and became psycho and then couldn't control it. So,
I have a speaking point to the next person I want to talk about, which I think is your number 1. And it's probably my number 1.
Wait,
and it relates to Azula in a certain way, but we'll talk about it later because I'm so excited to talk about the next character. I'm so excited. Okay. Azula is a true badass, and her character is just... It's well done, in my opinion. And it
who else you know that has blue flames?
Yeah, and it balances Zuko's, like... I don't know, it makes sense for him to be the way he is and for her to be that manipulative psychopath sister that really knows how to get her way with anyone.
What's crazy is that whole family, I feel like, is plagued with the choice of choosing evil or good. Hers is just more towards evil. Because you see that moment at the end of season 3, the end of the Avatar: Last Airbender series, where she's like struggling dealing with her mom's like lack of affection for her, or you know.
And I think that's where she really went wrong, is she craved that from her mom, but she also didn't want to admit it. And so the things that were instilled in her were obviously more from her dad's side than her mom's. Where Zuko got more of that affection and attention from his mom, who is not like that. You know, who's from Avatar Roku's line.
Thinking about it now, I wonder if Zuko would still be, if he would have never made that switch, even with Iroh there, if he didn't get that affection from his mom, or even like a little bit less or something.
Yeah, like how would he be if he didn't have that tenderness to him?
Probably dead, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, probably. But I also think, you know, it's crazy too when you read the comics, she's still the way she is in the series, you know? She's still this psychopath crazy person, you know?
She's broken forever.
Yeah.
She's, I feel like, never coming back. She's just gone full...
Yeah, Azula's character is what I love about her too is she was a strongly written female character. And it wasn't like she was OP in some ways, but she also had moments where she didn't do good. And we also see that mental breakdown for her. So it goes to show that, yeah, she's powerful, but she's flawed just like everyone else, you know? And I think they wrote her character so well. And that's why her as a villain is honestly more threatening and scary than Ozai, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly.
That's why when people are like, "Oh my gosh, I love Ozai," I'm like, and you think Ozai is better than Azula? No.
Azula literally got pissed at her own dad.
I feel like she would have killed Ozai.
Yeah.
When she found out that her grandpa Azulon died because
she was happy.
Her mom poisoned him.
I'm happy for you.
She's like,
what is that
thank
song?
God my dad could be the Fire Lord. I'm like,
yeah, just like preying on her own family's downfall.
Yeah,
like,
and the thing is, she's not one of those people that's like, I'm going to make fun of you. You're ugly. You're this. You're that. She gets into people's heads. Mm-hmm. She gets into the psychological aspects. Like, it's deep dives into people's insecurities. And that's what she uses against them. But
even on, like, a base level physical sense, when they were,
hold on.
During the beach episode, when they're playing volleyball, and she's like, see that girl over there? She has a slight, like, limp or whatever.
Yeah.
So she notices. She's like...
She's a detailed person.
Which makes her even creepier. And more, I guess, makes her deserve that number 2 spot for me.
Yeah, I agree. Okay,
do you want to reveal it, or do you... I don't know if it's the same. I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it's the same. Do you want me to reveal it? I still haven't revealed my number 3. I'm going to reveal it after this one. Unless... Okay, the one that I have, the one that we're going to talk about.
Your number 1. Wait, keep in mind, this is Rachel and possibly This is number 1 who she thinks the best villain in Avatar.
My number 1 character. I want to see if it's yours. Kuvira.
Yes, that is my number 1 too.
Okay.
I'm so glad we agree.
The one thing I wanted to mention that relates to Azula
is the ending, right?
Everything that is wrong with Azula, Kuvira is good at. She did not have the only reason she had a mental breakdown at the end of the series of Legend of Korra is because the writers didn't know what else to do.
Exactly. It's literally just bad writing. Otherwise, I think Kuvira
would have gone all the way.
Succeeded.
I think she could have killed
the Avatar.
Yeah, Korra. I think she could have killed her. I think she could have ended out of every single one of the villains. I think she truly could have ended. Me too. She is such a great villain, and what makes it even better is the fact that she's not OP. I mean, she is, but she is not like Ozai. She's not like Vatu or these characters that have all this power behind them. She is a great earthbender,
and she's even more confident than Azula in a sense that it's like
she was willing to like kill her own fiance. She left him to follow.
And she truly did love him. Yeah. It wasn't like it was just a thing.
That's the thing between her and Azula that's crazy is it's like she has
real human connections and emotions.
She has real emotions, but she's willing to sacrifice that for what she believes is the best for her community. And that to me is what's crazy is she is willing to go all the way because she believes it is what is best. It's like what you see in our country. What countries, not necessarily our country, but our world, like, I mean, you could say maybe in our country, but you know, like what people believe is best, they really think they're helping all of these people, but their motives, the motives behind it and their idea of what's right is not what's right, you know? And that's Kuvira for me. She's just she's such a true threatening villain. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to agree with us.
I think she is the best metal bender ever.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
The fact that the only way she was stopped in her tracks was when Toph showed up, that goes to show you,
Yeah, and Toph has a lifetime created metal bending.
Yeah, exactly. I just...
Like, yeah, Toph, this is what you created. Basically.
Yeah, she deserves the number 1 spot, I believe, in my opinion.
I love her character.
Yeah.
And
It's scary.
She doesn't give when she's going around all of season 4 to other Earth Kingdom tribes. Mm-hmm. She does not give them an ultimatum. She says, "You either join our cause, or you're gonna have no food supplies, and you guys are gonna starve to death and die.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna come through and destroy your town and turn it into an even bigger town and wipe all you guys out if you don't comply with us." Like,
yeah. She doesn't mess around.
She is a true totalitarian / authoritarian leader, and that is scary. It gives me scary. It gives me World War II vibes, and that is what's scary about her.
Exactly. She's willing to take it that far. And like I said, if it weren't for the bad writing at the end of season 4 and her just giving up all of a sudden, that's not her. That is not how I imagine it would ended. Like, that's my thing with the ending that I didn't like, because Kuvira is not like that. She would have fought. She would have given her life for her cause. She would have. I believe the way that they make her out to be and the way you feel about her is she would have given her life to make sure what she believed and had her agenda pushed. She would have died for it.
And this is the crazy thing, is Korra was never her end goal. She just thought of Korra as like
a roadblock.
The
Avatar. You look at the Avatar as a roadblock. It's not even like if I defeat the Avatar, I've made it.
But Korra slowly started to become her goal.
Yeah, because the more that she became an issue, Kuvira became an issue. Korra realized, okay, this is actually a huge thing we need to take care of. So she pushed more. But it was a constant, like, back and forth
But
push.
We also have to take into account that Korra had been poisoned previously and, like, out of commission for what, like 3 years?
Yeah, literally in a wheelchair, training with
So that just goes to show you, when you don't have an avatar for even 3 years, it breeds people like that. Mm-hmm. That take advantage of that time, like...
The fact that she was smart enough to take advantage of that time. And we meet her in season 3.
At Zhaofu.
And you think that you're like, wow.
Zhaofu.
You're like, I really like this character. You feel so good about her. And then you realize the next season, she's the villain. And I can't lie, when you see her, when you first see her, you're like, this is the villain? Are you kidding me? Seriously? And then
quickly, with a quickness, she's like...
You understand why she's the villain.
Her speeches are so inspiring and good in the beginning.
It's so scary. It is so scary because it's so real. It is something that can happen.
Has happened here.
Exactly. It's something that's happened, that can happen, that maybe will happen. And so it's just like, it hits too close to home. The other things, obviously, I mean, Amon's pretty realistic, and it's more of a political take like Kuvira is, but... Vaatu, Unalaq, not gonna happen. Zahir, not gonna happen. I mean, Zahir is kind of like...
Unalaq.
An anarchist, but still, like...
I don't even have an opinion on Unalaq.
He wasn't even an option in my...
We're rewatching, if you guys are listening to this, our regular, like, series, you'll know that we're on season 2, but I guess I'll just wait till I rewatch it, because I don't remember what happened. Didn't he literally destroy the, like, lineage? Because of Rava?
Yeah, but remember, Rava and Vaatu cannot live without one another because evil cannot live without good and vice versa.
It's like a duality.
Yeah, so he couldn't completely kill Rava, and Korra couldn't completely kill him. Remember, she traps him in, like, that tree stump, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. That's where the, like, northern portal, I think, is?
Yeah, I think so.
Or southern. I think it's the southern.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, honorable mentions. You said Zuko.
Oh, wait, I didn't get to say my third.
Oh, yeah, what's your third?
Okay, so Isaac's was Zuko. My third was...
Zahir?
No. Zahir is an honorable mention for me.
Same.
My third was Sozin. Because...
Honestly? Yeah, I agree.
If you really look at... He killed his best friend, the Avatar, with no remorse. And acted like he was really going to help him. And then let him die. And then on top of that, he is the reason... The
100-Year War
The 100-Year War, Sozin's Comet. He's the reason for the lineage to go the way it has. That power-hungry...
He is the catalyst for turmoil in the Avatar universe.
Exactly. And so he wanted to kill all of the airbenders. It was him, wasn't it? Before he died, he was like, "Let's wipe all of them out because we know it's."
I forget? Okay, he's my third choice, maybe even second.
He's like Azula in the way of, like, he does not care who gets in his way. He's going to he's going to get done what he wants to get done.
It kind of reminds me of like modern day China. I didn't say that. I didn't say it.
Do you want me to cut that out?
No, leave it in.
But yeah, to me, he's a villain that I wish we got to see more of. We only got little like tidbits here and there, but he's scarier than Ozai. Azulon we don't know enough about. And he's
the gates of Azulon are pretty cool, but that's about it. Oh,
they are.
When they like the dragon's mouth.
But I mean, if you have a freaking comet named after you that comes every 100 years.
Business.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sozin is my number 3. Also, I do prefer Azula just because we see more of Azula, but I think Sozin is a very, very good villain.
Now that you said that about Sozin and how he's not afraid to wipe out literal history.
Mm-hmm. Genocide.
Kuvira is not afraid to wipe out her own history.
Yeah.
To rebuild it in what she deems necessary or the best for her nation.
Take every single villain, and Kuvira somehow
has traits of all of them.
Yeah, has a trait from every single one of them.
Honorable mentions?
Yeah. Okay. What is Zuko was one of my honorable mentions. Another one of mine, Vaatu. Because Vaatu
honestly,
is the
I was thinking,
embodiment of evil.
Yeah.
So if
darkness,
I think that and he literally has been around since the Avatar has been around
since the beginning.
Exactly, and so it's interesting, and he's the same kind of way of like playing on people's weaknesses and insecurities, or getting people to feel sorry for him to get his way.
If you really want to get historical with it within the Avatar universe, he is the number 1 villain.
Yeah,
exactly. He's always gonna be there.
Yeah,
just like Rava's the number 1.
He can never be killed. Yeah, exactly, but. Yeah, Rava, I think, deserves to have an honorable mention because...
For good...
Not Rava.
Not Vaatu?
I mean, Rava does too, but on the good side. Yeah, Vaatu manipulates Unalaq to be the person he is. Unavaatu is literally just Vaatu using a body.
The dark avatar?
Ooh, man, that's what I'm looking forward to getting at season 2. I cannot wait.
Okay... How is Jinora strong enough spiritually to destroy Unavaatu? Anyways, let's just keep going on.
She doesn't destroy him. It's Korra that literally, I think she helps, but Korra is at the end of it all.
Even how does Jinora have enough strength to do that?
But look we're already seeing her spiritual side and like how deep she can get.
I would like a Jinora.
I need to get to that part so I see how it works out.
Yeah, we just need to watch season 2 because there's 14 episodes. Anyways,
So Vaatu, Zuko, share yours.
Zahir,
yeah, mine too. That's my third one. I only had the 3 that I wanted to talk about.
I think out of all the seasons right now, season 3 is the one I've seen the least of. So I don't really remember Zahir. I just know he was a very anarchist type of person, which to me isn't as scary as someone like Kuvira, because an anarchist isn't gonna have that help really. Yeah. Other than people that believe in his same ideology, but there's not as many people that believe in that.
They're not gonna go door to door forcing people to join them.
Exactly, because that's not what they believe in. So that's why in my head I was like, well, he's not even an option for me because, like, yeah, he's scary and powerful and has friends to help him, but...
Can I go a step forward?
I mean, he does poison the Avatar and literally almost kill her. He probably gets actually the closest to killing her that anyone has, but...
I think him and Vaatu definitely
yeah,
do.
Actually.
Because Vaatu literally could annihilate the entire Avatar cycle, but I mean...
and did.
So... Wait, he did.
He did. Korra's remember all of the avatars like...
So Korra is left by herself.
Depart from me.
Can I just say whoever's the next avatar, they're fut.
They're fut. You only have Korra?
You only have Korra?
That's
I'm
the worst
sorry.
avatar.
I am so sorry.
Might as well only have Korik. Katie Couric?
Katie Couric? She's the avatar?
She's like, avatar state activated.
I was going to mention, can I go a step forward and say an honorable mention for the Red Lotus in general? Like, the Red Lotus, Zahir.
Oh, the Red Lotus! I didn't know. I forgot their, like, group name.
Yeah, the 4 of them. What's the other guys? There's the other guy and the other girl. There's Pali, Zahir.
Ghazan.
Yeah, Ghazan. What's the other girl's name?
Minghua.
Yeah, there we go.
So cool. They, like, Ghazan, Pali, they both have that, like, sub element. Mm-hmm. I mean, so does Zahir, Flight. He's the first person we see fly.
Yeah, because he lets go when Pali
dies. He's one of the only people in history to...
The way she dies?
Oh!
That's bad. I shouldn't be laughing. It's actually sad. And you see him, like, let go of all earthly tethers. And then he, like, rises up. And I'm like, okay.
I'm so glad, though, that...
Zahir's a pretty scary villain. He'd be my number 4. But he would be my number 4.
This is what does not, in my opinion, put him in that category with Kuvira and Azula, is because his morals are not the same. His morals aren't as detrimental, I guess. Because he still has that good in him.
Yeah,
that's like
that's what I was going to say. Zahir is still, at the end of the day, I still believe he is a good person. Kuvira, I believe, is a good person for what she believes in.
Exactly.
But it's scary because she's willing to take it further than Zahir. But Azula's just evil. She's just pure evil. You know?
Psychopath.
Same with Sozin. They're just evil, psychopathic people. There's no good that you see in them. Even the tender moments you do see with Azula are still not good moments. You know? Like, even her mom, where she's actually trying to have that moment and she's, like, cutting her hair and going psycho, she still doesn't want to admit that she's gone off the deep end. You know? She still wants to kill Katara and Zuko. The fact that she wasn't willing to kill Zuko but Katara because she knew that would hurt him more.
Oh my god, that was... And then he took the bolt for her. Oh, that's why he's in my number 3.
The fact that Katara beat Azula. Ooh, Katara, get it, girl.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna take Azula out after that. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, she was already slipping at that point.
Yeah. So if she was at her her full strength, like season 2
peak,
Azula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Katara would have been able to beat her.
Yeah.
We should do another episode, like a special episode where we talk about, like, Zuko, like, who would win, Zuko and
like
so-and-so. But, like, make it actually, like, a good, hard decision. Because some people are like, Sokka and Zuko. Okay, Sokka's not a bender. He's not going to win. I'm sorry. Even if he has amazing training skills.
We never see them really fight.
Toph as an adult, like the same age as Kuvira, or Toph where she is when Kuvira is part of the Avatar universe?
Yes.
Ooh. I feel like Kuvira. I honestly, Toph is older, but she has a lot of
wisdom and experience
but
and strength.
Kuvira, I feel like, is not willing to stop. I mean, if we're going off of end of series Kuvira where she just gives up, then yeah, Toph's gonna win. But if we're talking about peak Kuvira, I think it'd be Kuvira. Dang. And she's voiced by Zelda Williams, who does an amazing job voicing her.
Oh, I cannot picture anyone else. Like, Zelda Williams is Kuvira.
It's just like Dante Bosco as Zuko. Exactly. There's some people that I just cannot imagine voicing.
That's why I feel like they already had the voice, and then they just built a character around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Aubrey Plaza with...
exactly, Eska.
Yeah. Do
you have any other honorable mentions?
I mean, I guess I could find some, but those were the ones that I really wanted to talk about.
I'm gonna say Admiral Zhao.
Yeah.
He literally destroys the moon spirit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he does.
He's just as, if not more, psychopathic than Azula. He just didn't have as much hype in...
background to him. Like, he didn't have the power behind him like she does.
Yeah, he didn't have the connections.
And he was after Zuko the whole time, too. He was he
was
wanted to somehow... I think that's what his downfall was.
He wasn't as smart as Azula, I should say.
Yeah, he wasn't as calculated. Ooh.
Yeah.
I love Zuko more than I fear you. And then Azula's like, no, no, was it? Oh, she's like, you miscalculated. And then that's when May's like, no, you miscalculated. Such one of my favorite parts. Because it's like, oh my gosh, May, get it.
I never really considered May and Ty Lee to be villains. Or even bad guys. I think they were just, like, along for the ride.
They're like a neutral.
Yeah.
They're like neutral bad. Neutral chaotic. I don't even know what that
means. How are you chaotic and neutral at the same time?
I feel like the reason Azula chose them is because they were the most malleable,
I guess you consider
manipulative.
Azula neutral chaotic. For the most part, right? Like, her end goal is evil, but for the most part throughout the series, she's, like, at least pretending to remain neutral.
I don't feel that way.
When she manipulates people?
Yeah, I feel like everything she does is evil. There's no neutral to her.
You're right. I'm just trying to justify my bad.
You're just trying to find something good about Azula. It's okay. We've all done it.
There's more.
There's more.
Combustion Man he just falls flat for me. He doesn't ever speak. No personality.
Okay, I'm gonna say
he is powerful, but
Foaming Mouth Guy is better than the Cabbage Man.
I agree.
Don't at me. It's true.
Actually, at us. We need the hype. Even if it's hate.
Please, we need the hype. Even if you hate us, please just comment.
We're trying to get canceled within the Avatar universe. Fandom.
We're, according to a lot of the other people in the fandom, I feel like the things we say and talk about, we probably could be canceled because we're not as... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say sensitive. I feel like we're pretty sensitive people, like pretty, like, kind, good people. But
I hate using the term non-PC.
Yeah, I feel like we're very like we're just who we are, and we don't have any bad intentions towards anyone.
Yeah, it's not like there's any motives.
We're not ever trying to like hurt someone or like get at someone. We're just being who we are, and we don't have evil intentions. We're not Azula.
Yeah, our opinions aren't like meant to...
they're not coming meant to,
after
like,
anyone.
Exactly. We don't have...
They're just
first
opinions.
of all, we don't know anyone besides... We really don't know anyone in the Avatar community. We've made friends, but there's no one that we're like... We're subtweeting this person.
Okay, I think us in general, our personalities, ourselves, we would not let ourselves get that way. I've never understood people that can leave hate comments. Like,
yeah. If I don't agree with someone, I just move on. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just like keep scrolling.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to spend my time, or I'm not going to take my podcast and
jeopardize it. Not
only jeopardize it, but like sit there and just talk trash about people. There's no point. There is no point. I'm just not going to talk about it. You know? I don't...
Our Halloween special has turned into social media and why it's...
How to handle social media. Just be a kind person. Just be good, please. If you don't agree with someone, then just move on. I mean, there are things that there's things you can agree to disagree on, and then there's just some things where you're an asshole if you believe certain things. Let's just say it. Like, if you believe that pedophilia is okay... Get off here. Like, we don't mess with any of that. If you're racist, like, those are things that are non-negotiable, you know, like...
If you're a furry.
I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Sorry, I'm furry-phobic.
I'm gonna cut that out. We cannot leave that in. He's like, you know how many furries are probably in the Avatar universe.
There's probably a lot. I want to do another episode.
Oh my gosh.
Can we do one more? Like a quick one. Like a 10-minute one.
This kind of episode?
Yeah, just a random topic.
So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to our Halloween special. I hope this was entertaining. It was a lot of fun to, like, break out of our, I guess, normal routine and talk about something a little more fun.
Talk about topics within both series instead of just, like, streamline it.
Exactly. Let us know, though, like, who are your top 3 characters? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? I'm really curious because I know we are forgetting a lot of good villains.
And we're obviously...
we limited ourselves, so it's kind of hard to talk about each and every villain that we really do enjoy and like.
Even though we are watching Korra, we're still only on season 2. Like, even though we've watched all of it multiple times... There's still things that we're obviously forgetting, and we could...
Yeah, like season 2 in general, the end of it, Vaatu
we could deep dive into all these characters and exactly what they've done. And
let us know, too, if you like these episodes. Like, would you prefer us to kind of, like, include more episodes like this where we get off of our normal routine and we talk about different aspects of the Avatar universe? Because we enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. But let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Reach out to us on social media, email us, whatever.
Give us your top 3.
Yes, please.
Villains.
I want to know your top 3 villains, please.
And because I'm so interested, literally there's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
Like we were saying.
And the thing is if you have like an actual argument to back up your opinion, I'm probably going to agree with you.
Yeah, anyone can be like.
I feel like there is.
Even if you're like Katara, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that.
Okay, Katara is one of my favorite characters. So.
No, actually, I can't. Katara is way too level-headed and knows.
Not as a villain. You're talking about
I'm saying like she can't become a villain because she's too.
I thought you were saying like Katara as a villain, like. Well,
I was at first, but I was like, no, she can't.
The only villain that I would maybe judge someone on for like being number 1. Ozai.
Yeah, if he's even in your top.
If he's
5,
in your top 3,
6?
I think there is aspects to Ozai that I can understand why people like him or can see why he's a villain, but if he's like your number 1,
he's just.
I'm gonna need to know your argument. If Ozai's your number 1 favorite villain, please give me your argument behind it because I'm curious. Maybe there's things that you're looking at that I don't see.
In my opinion, he is a very washed up Sozin. He wants to be Sozin so bad, and it's just not working out for him.
Yeah.
He's just not that level of evil.
If he was truly that evil, he would have killed his wife.
I mean, he did start to burn the Earth Kingdom, but like, come on, you're gonna start with the forest? I would have went straight to Ba Sing Se and been like, burn everyone.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you're that evil.
I mean, it's a kid's show, but I mean, still, let's be real.
If you're that evil.
Yeah, if you're
would you not go to the capital to show them, I am destroying all of you? Like,
it's just like when we watch like Batman when we were kids, and the villains always are like, "This is what I'm gonna do," and then
it's like, just do it.
Yeah, it's like, wow. Instead of explaining this to me, you could have already done it, and then I would have not been able to kidnap you. That
is also why I feel like Zahir is a creepy villain, because they just did it and they're always a step ahead of the Avatar. You know, it wasn't like when Azula's chasing the Avatar. It's like the Avatar was chasing Zahir in this case.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening. Again, let us know what you think. I'm Rachel.
I'm Isaac.
We hope you have an amazing Halloween. Have fun, stay safe, wear your masks, sanitize yourselves, keep distance.
Yes.
We will see you on Monday with our regular scheduled episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. You can find us on our website at nonessentialmedia.com, on Twitter at Let's Avatar, and on Instagram at Let's Talk Avatar. Join us next week for another episode. And as always, thank you so much for all your support.